Hi, I'm Kalen, and welcome to the first episode of At the Table, where we invite some of our writer and actor friends for a table read of a script and discuss it afterwards.
Today we will be reading a script that Mark and I wrote a little while ago that hasn't been made into a short film yet.
So Kalen directed the scene. He had a rehearsal beforehand with our lovely actors Simone and Lolo, and this will be the first time that Jaco and I have seen the scene performed. So let's get into it. Four-way stop, written by Jaco and Mark and Mark Haynes. Fade in. Interior Sureshni and Lufuno's car. Day. Lufuno, 27, smartly dressed, thick glasses, pulls up the handbrake at an intersection. Sureshni, 30, also smartly dressed, rides shotgun. They're both clearly headed to a smart casual event. Sureshni turns to say something. Stops. A beat. On second thought, turns back.
What are you even supposed to do when people sing happy birthday to you? I'm so glad it's just us today.
Yep.
They sit in silence for a beat.
I've never even been to an aquarium.
You live in Johannesburg. Why would you go to an aquarium?
Well, have you been to an aquarium?
Yes, of course.
Well, you see, I'm 30. I've never been to an aquarium.
It's like a zoo for fish. Is it really a milestone?
Well, I mean, it's like, imagine if you'd never been to Gold Reef City.
Oh, I've never been.
You've never been to Gold Reef City?
Roller coasters really aren't my thing.
Wow. You learn something new every day about your husband. I think it's just all the things we haven't done. You know, the things that the 13-year-old me would have imagined that I would have done by now.
Like a bucket list?
Kind of like a bucket list, but not, you know.
No.
You know, like a list of things to do before you reach a certain age.
What age?
Us, our age now.
We've done things.
Yeah, but everyone says, oh, I just was at Mhlanga over December holidays. What did you do over December? We just got older.
Mhlanga is in Durban, right?
Yes, and?
But you're...
Finish that sentence.
You're right. We've never been to Mhlanga.
An awkward beat.
So then let's just go.
Okay, we'll make plans for December.
No, let's go right now.
What? We can't go now. We don't have anything packed, and we have work on Monday.
We can buy what we need. We'll be back by Sunday night. Let's just go.
No, we can't go now.
Why not?
No, because people are expecting us.
What do you mean?
You know, waiting for us.
What people?
Lufuno is trapped. It clicks with Sureshni.
Oh, you didn't.
Just act surprised when we get there.
Lufuno lowers the handbrake and pushes on the petrol. Fade out.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Well done,
Good job.
guys. Cool, fantastic, guys. That was really, really nice. That was amazing. So before I say anything, let's listen from the writers what they have to say.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, from my side, I think that was really cool. Originally, I don't know if I even told all of you about this, but we wrote this sort of as a 4-part short. So it's called Four-Way Stop. It's about 4 cars stopping at this like 4-way stop. And it's like these 4 groups of people on their like journey somewhere, and they all stop at the same time, but like nobody's leaving, you know? And then it's like, what are they talking about? What are they thinking about? I like how you guys like really made it your own as well with the characterization and stuff. So yeah, good job to you guys. Good job, Kaylin.
As Jaco said, it was like four people at like a crossroads of their lives, and it would like switch between like genres as well, between all the cars and like what they were going through. And this was the sort of like the more like comedy one, I suppose. But yeah, I didn't as well. I didn't sort of imagine it being performed out that way. It's like really interesting. I've never had that experience of like handing it over before. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so I think for us, we definitely read it as a comedy, but we just thought that we wanted to like make it balance out a bit differently. So we wanted it to like lead into comedy and have a bit of tension building in the beginning, just so that it could lead into that argument, and it's just so you could have a bit more drama into it, just to give it a bit more of a flavor to it. But it definitely read well as a comedy. We just wanted to play with that a bit, and that definitely came through for me from the actors, and I just think they did it really well. And I don't know for you guys if you saw something different in your heads, but that's how we saw it.
Yeah, actually, I was not expecting that sort of build up to it. I was expecting it to be quite like high, like anxiety constantly. So sort of Sureshni's coming from a place of like she's just turned 30 and it's like almost like antsy, almost like throughout. But I think it's like interesting that it builds to that point.
Yeah, I don't know if Simone or Lolo have anything of how they read the script in the beginning and how they feel about it now towards the end, like the final product.
I think it was really interesting because I also always start with the title of a piece, and I was like, oh, this is so interesting. Four-way stop street. Where are they coming from? Where are they going? Is like this what we're looking at? And I love the idea of this big thing. What is 30? Like, what does it even mean? Marriage, kids, like all of the expectations. So yeah, I definitely got her anxiety, but it also feels like she's so lost in her head that there's this person that just needs to like pull her out of this funk. She doesn't even know that like she keeps digging and she keeps asking for more and more spades and for them to get like bigger and bigger. And there's this person who's like, it's okay. It's like, we're fine. We're together. We're going to have a great day. Like, you don't have to worry about nonsense. Like, let's just keep going. Let's keep living. So I think it was like a nice slice of life. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I had that same idea. Like, there's a slice of life, and I almost like related with my character as well in a way of the way I took it was he was like being more oblivious to what she is trying to like go for. What like she's trying to get something out of him, but he's like he's just like he's not listening as much. He just has his mind on something else, and then right before he knows it, now he's already deep into that rabbit hole and like in trouble in a way. It's like, God damn
it. Yeah, no, and like the writing for me, like I just really enjoyed seeing that two ends of the spectrum of these two people where they are in their lives. And for me personally, I didn't see that ending coming, like of the surprise party. Like that really made me laugh, and also took me like quite a bit by surprise. So like I really enjoyed that, and I was just also like just relating so much to Sureshni, and I was also just like, I've also never been to an aquarium, so yeah, it was like really funny, and I just loved how much those two characters contrast on each other, and how well they bounced off each other, and I think that's really kudos to the writing. So I just want to say, yeah, well done, guys. That was really well done. So yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. I think one thing that I wasn't also expecting was the Lufuno coming from like a more comforting angle, like you were saying. Like I didn't really expect that. Like I don't think it was something that we were really thinking about in like from the like a writing point of view. I think we were more trying to think about him trying to like placate because he's now worried that the secret's going to come out about that he's planned this thing. And do you think is like Sureshni like, I don't want to say whiny, but she's like
yeah.
As soon as like I started to read it, I started to feel it as well. I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with me?
yeah, that's literally like a note I gave Simone just before we started. Is I was like, the character's like very out there, and I was like, how better can we, or like how much more can we get onto Lolo's nerves, like his character's nerves, than by, like that kind of annoying energy when you're trying to like think and someone's just like talking and talking and trying to chip away at you. And I just thought it'd be like a really nice way to get like a reaction and stuff out of him. So the fact that you got that out of Simone's acting, and
yeah, it was something that I wasn't anticipating at all, and I thought worked quite well, is that it is quite funny that yeah, when someone is sort of going off on a tangent, but meanwhile he's worried that like the jig is up, or like he's this thing that he's planned. So yeah, I wasn't anticipating the sort of leaning into her being sort of intentionally whiny, I should say. Not that it's a problem for someone to be whiny,
that's
but
exactly
like that intentional whininess for comedic effect I wasn't expecting, which I thought played quite well and was like different to anticipated, I guess.
Yeah, it's also like I'm not 30 yet, but I always, every time there's a birthday, I'm like, oh, I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the things that we were thinking of when we were writing, was like, what are sort of like the things that just sort of come to your mind? Because obviously this is the person that you trust, your husband. So you can just say anything. There's no like judgment or like, he's not going to be like, oh, that's first world problems. You know, it's like, he's like the guy who you want to do things with. So it's like, let's go do this thing. And it's like, let's be irresponsible like we were back when we were like teenagers.
Or, let's relive our youth.
Let's just go.
It's funny that you say that, because Nolo gave that similar notes when we were talking about the script the first time. And he also was talking about how like you just want to go back to that time in your life and like when you were younger and stuff. And now you just want to try and get more of that stuff done before you hit like a certain age and stuff. And that's very much like where Sureshni is in her life and things like that. And it was really fun to kind of play with that mindset and that like state of being, and that like where someone is in their lives and stuff. It was really fun.
And it's always the insignificant things for me. It's not like the major things of like, oh, I haven't gone around the world. It's like I haven't been to an aquarium. Surely that's something you do.
I mean, there's an aquarium at Cresta, just go there.
I know, and it's just so interesting that she's like based everything that should be her life from like her 13-year-old perspective. Like, no, I should have done all these things. I wrote them down in my diary. Why haven't I done them?
Only took one so far.
And that's literally something we were saying. Like, imagine Lufuno's character was actually taking Sureshni to a surprise party at the aquarium at Crystal or something like that.
That'd be something.
And that's a wrap for the first episode of At the Table. Thank you to everybody involved. You really made this quite a marvelous experience. Thank you so much for your wonderful energies and talents, and for just breathing some life into the story that was so beautifully written. So just thank you to everyone, and really well done. And thank you for giving me this experience to direct such a well-rounded cast. Thank you.
And that was it for the first episode of At the Table. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be releasing new episodes of the show once every month for the foreseeable future. So if you're a writer and you have a script that hasn't been made into a short film yet, and you maybe just want to have it read out loud with some notes, you can now send it through to info@lootpictures.com, with the subject being script proposal. If we like it, we will reply to you and set up a Zoom call. Don't worry, we're not going to steal anybody's ideas. This is just for all of us to learn and read together.
And if you like the video, make sure to leave it a like. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel yet, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's free. And right next to that button is a little bell, and hit that to stay notified as soon as we put out new videos. And below that is a comment box section where you can ask questions and any comments you have on this video, and we'll try to respond to all of them. So until next time, go out there, stay safe.
Make your movie.